Hello students, let us continue the lesson Jamaican fragment. Now, where we had stopped, the author was noticing the boys playing near the gate. Now, what I noticed, what they were conversing. Let us see. The little brown boy the little white boy walked majestically up and down and every now and then shouted in a commanding tone at his bigger playmate. The little brown boy dragged on quietly behind him and did what he was told. The little black boy the little white boy walked majestically, impressively up and down and he was ordering the brown boy. He was ordering the brown boy. He was dragged on quietly behind him. Just he was moving behind him wherever he went and did what he was told. He was obeying whatever orders being told. Pick up that stick. The dog boy picked it up. Jump into the flowers. The dog boy jumped. See, whatever the white boy told, he did the same. He picked up that stick and he jumped into the flowers. The dog boy jumped. Get me some water. The dog boy ran inside. The white boy sat down on the lawn. Now, when he asked to get him some water, the dog boy immediately ran inside and the white boy, he sat down on the lawn. I was amazed. Here, before my eyes, a white baby, for they were little more than babies, was imposing his will upon a little black boy. And the little black boy submitted. Now, he was amazed to watch the game, how they were playing. One boy was commanding and the other boy was obeying all his orders. He was doing all the work he was being ordered. I puzzled within myself as I went down the road. Could it be that the little boy, a son of a house servant? So he guessed that little dark boy was a son of a house servant. I asked myself, no, they were obviously dressed alike. They were dressed alike. The little only thing, he was dark complexion. He had a one boy had a dark complexion with curly hairs and the other boy was white with a hazel eyes, reddish brown eyes. The little dark boy he thought they were obviously dressed alike. The little dark boy was a neighbor's child. He was aware that one of the boy was a neighbor's child. I was sure of that. Then, how was it that he obeyed so faithfully the white boy's orders? So maybe he was a Jamaican. The dark brown colored boy was a Jamaican boy. And he just wondered how did he obey so faithfully whatever the orders given by the white boy. Now, he had a confusion in his mind now, the author. Was it that even as a boy, he sensed that in his own country, he would be at the white man's beck and call? So what he meant to say, the author meant to say that in his own country, he's being made to work for the whites. Now it is beck and call. He's ready to what someone asks to do. That is beck and call. Could he make a difference between himself and the white boy? Yes, there is a lot of difference between the two boys. And could he think that he was going to boss over the black man and the white boy? What he might think? Could he be the boss over the black man? I could find no answer. He was confused. The author was confused to understand. I could not bring myself to believe such a thing. He could not believe what the boys were playing. And with my own eyes, I had seen a little dark boy take orders from a little white boy. Obviously, his social equal and younger and smaller. Obviously, they were different in appearance, but they acted in the same way how one of the boy was a slave and the other was ordering him. Were we as a race really inferior? And he thought of himself, even being a Jamaican, we think that we are inferior, that is feeling of low. So inferior that even in our infancy we realized our deficiencies and accepted a position as the white man's servant. And even the author recalls when he was in his boyhood days, they also think that they are inferior. That means they feel low of the white people. Yes, they accepted that they are the slaves for the whites. So what happens next? How the confusion arise in his mind. Let us see what happens the next day. Let's end up the class here. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.